Hey, I'd like to welcome you to another episode of Mission Matters. My name is Adam Torres, and if you'd like to apply to be a guest on the show, just head on over to missionmatters.com and click on Be Our Guest to Apply. All right, so today I have Fred Lerner on the line, and he's founder and CEO of mailpics.com and also onehourphoto.com. Fred, welcome to the show.
Good morning, Adam. Nice to be here.
All right, Fred. So I'm excited about today's episode. I've been doing research on what you're doing over at onehourphoto.com and also just the concept. And I'm excited to get into your history of in the photography business and really on the production side of things. And I mean, just a lot of things you've done in your tenure in the business. I mean, a past president of the Photo Marketing Association, past president of Kodak Processing Labs. I mean, you got a lot of things under your belt. So we'll get into all of that, but we'll start this episode like we start them all with our Mission Matters Minute. So, Fred, we at Mission Matters, we amplify stories for entrepreneurs, executives, and experts. So that's our mission here. Fred, what mission matters to you?
Mission Matters is an opportunity to share our story and our love of photography and pictures with everyone, especially our 1 hour photo, which is a spectacular concept in our minds and helping people preserve memories.
Yeah. So, and thank you for sharing that. Love bringing mission-based entrepreneurs and executives on, really to share why they do what they do, and making memories and preserving those memories. I know you have some ideas on that, and I can see how your technology is making that possible for people. But let's go a little bit further back. Like, where did this fascination with photography, the camera? I mean, like where did all this start?
Where did it start? Interesting question. I was a Boy Scout, and scouting was a very important part of our family.
Mhm.
And I was on my quest to become an Eagle Scout. And to become an Eagle Scout, you needed 21 merit badges.
Mhm.
And I was scanning them, and there was the photography merit badge. And something came over me. And I used to work odd jobs around the neighborhood. And when I was 13, I collected my money. I went downtown Manhattan to Willoughby's camera store, bought a used camera, which is still sitting on my shelf behind me, and just fell in love with it. Was processing photos in the family bathroom on Thursday night. That was my night for the bathroom. And got my first paying job as a photography counselor at a summer camp upstate New York, Camp Tranquility, which
Mhm.
is still in existence today, celebrating its 103rd year anniversary.
Amazing.
And went on to work in the photo industry ever since.
Wow. And so, as we are kind of just starting, warming up for the episode and just, catching up, you talked about a day when there was these 1 hour photos, or like the industry was different. So it was I don't know if we say it's in its heyday or what, but it just had a different complexion. Can you tell me about the excitement of like what you felt when you were developing your own photos and doing things like that? Because I've talked to in the past, I've talked to maybe photographers or people that are they love taking a picture for a certain reason, but it's rare I get to talk to somebody on the production end that has that love for that side of it as well.
Well, I know you're supposed to be the one asking questions, Adam, but if I can ask you a question,
Go for it.
where do you keep your photos of your family and your baby pictures and your parents, etc.?
Like maybe under the bed or like in a shoebox, maybe an old
Like
album, like things like that.
like most people, and typically when the question is asked of people, Adam, if your house was on fire, what are one of the first things you would grab as you were getting out of your house?
I mean, we can't replace the photos, right? Like other things, insurance can replace. Like you can replace a TV, you can replace, even jewelry, right? Many times. But your photos, I mean, those things are priceless.
Priceless, and that's the key word. Imagine growing up without having those memories of your
Yeah.
family, your history, your grandparents, your great grandparents, and memories are important. Memories are forever because at the end of the day, that's
Mhm.
all we have. We have our memories and photos and photo albums,
Mhm.
and we help people preserve those memories.
Mhm.
And one of the ways that we preserve them
Mhm.
is through our 1 Hour Photo app.
Mhm.
Our business started off, Adam, as a web-based business.
Mhm.
Mailpics.com. We would People would upload their images, and then we would manufacture them and return them by mail to the customer.
Mhm.
And then we acquired several of our competitors, wingflash.com, um, ritzpix.com.
Mhm.
We acquired from the Ritz camera people, mypix 2. We
Mhm.
acquired the print shop labs from the Photo Bucket Company.
Mm.
And then overnight, a few years ago, everyone had a camera in their pocket.
Yeah.
And everyone was saying, okay, I now have all these wonderful photos on my
Mhm.
phone. What do I do with them?
Mhm.
And so we acquired the intellectual property for 1 Hour Photo.
Mhm.
And we proposed to the largest chains in the United States,
Mhm.
including CVS Drug, Walgreens Pharmacy,
Mhm.
Walmart, and Duane Reade out of New York City,
Yeah.
the concept of uploading images from our 1 Hour Photo app to the store and making those prints available to customers in 1 hour.
Yeah.
And they said, how are you going to do that? There are 18,000 different stores, different machines, different technologies, and we spent years developing the technology stack to do that.
Mhm.
And not only that, but we propose to the stores that they collect the money
Mm.
so that the customer would have not have to put it in their credit card.
Yeah.
And it became a very easy transaction with just a few clicks. You can go from your phone to picking up your photo
Mhm.
gifts, the photo albums at 18,000 retail stores around the country.
Yeah, how does this go? And not to oversimplify this, because you said it pretty quickly, but like the technology stack and some of the other things involved, the logistical challenge of going from concept to execution. Like I don't want to understate that hurdle. Like how was it going through that process?
Well, I guess I have to go back to the philosophy that I was trained in the photographic industry.
Hmm.
Uh, it was Calvin Coolidge who developed a line which included persistence and determination,
Mm.
and that became our family motto and our business motto for our company. Persistence and determination. You know the old
Hmm.
Churchill quote of "Never give up, never ever 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 give up."
Hmm.
And so, yes, it didn't happen overnight,
Yeah.
and it took a lot of work, along with my colleague Peter Tommen,
Hmm.
and engineers, and outsourcing it to various companies around the world. And ultimately, we achieved that. And we've been doing this now for about 5 years.
Wow.
And it works beautifully and continues to grow.
Tell me about some of the things that really makes the 1 hour photo app unique.
Well, it's the only app that exists where you can open up 1 hour photo,
Mhm.
and from that 1 hour photo app, I don't know if you can still see it on the screen here.
Mhm.
Probably not. It's probably washed out. But you can choose your retailer
Yeah.
from. So if you're a CVS customer, you go to CVS. If you're a Walmart customer, you go to
Mhm.
Walmart, Walgreens, and Duane Reade. And then as soon as you click on that, it brings up a menu of
Mm.
all the products that you can make at that store.
Wow.
You select your images from your phone because most photos that are printed are the ones you
Hmm.
take today. Uh, and you can choose prints and photo books and photo cubes, bamboo prints, wall hangings, uh, holiday cards, uh, and put it in the cart, and you're finished. No credit card is needed, and just
Wow.
get in the get in your car or take a walk down to your closest retailer, your favorite retailer,
Mhm.
and pick them up.
So I have a question. It may sound kind of silly, but it's on my mind. Like, how many photos have been printed? Like, roughly, obviously, a ton, but like, what quantity? I mean, you're doing this for 5 years. I mean, you're in a lot of retailers. What's the number on that?
We have done well over 10 million photos. Uh,
Amazing.
and but it's not amazing so much, Adam, because
Hmm.
the numbers of how many photos are taken on phones today
Mhm.
are something like a trillion every day, week. It depends on what researcher you read. But think about it. How often
Mm.
do you use your phone to take photos?
Yeah,
Uh,
definitely.
and some of them are priceless, and those are the ones we want you to consider printing
Hmm.
for posterity, for your
Mm.
legacy.
Mm. What kind of feedback have you received kind of on the app from both I guess from the business side, the B2B side, but also from the clients? Because I can see something like this just as more and more people learn about it, figure out about it, and obviously it's already in a lot of different locations. I feel like it has one of those things where preserving those memories kind of can become a movement.
Well, you're now getting into our business model, which typically we don't reveal, but being interviewed by you, you kind of make it easy to talk about things I would not ordinarily talk about, Adam.
Mm.
On the B2B side, the stores like CVS,
Yeah.
Walgreens, Walmart, they love the fact that we're driving customers into their stores.
Oh yeah.
Because these customers not only pick up their photos, they're also buying toothpaste and
Hmm.
everything else. So they see it as a real win-win. And of course, consumers, once they hear about it, once they
Hmm.
understand it, and how inexpensive it is,
Yeah.
there's no delay, there are no shipping charges.
Yep.
Uh, you pick up a print for 20, 30 cents,
Hmm.
and you're in and out, and we get a tremendous positive feedback, and they become lifelong customers.
Yeah, I see that. I see it being a total win-win scenario for all parties involved because the stores that traffic their metrics they're measuring by, per sale per customer, not even necessarily margin all the time, depending on, the retailer. And then on your end, I'm just like, to me, it becomes kind of addictive. Like you're going, especially for people that, frequent certain retailers often, or these stores often, it's like, oh man, I want to print this one out. I want to print this one out. And then when you get there, going to pick up a Coca-Cola or you're going to pick up something else, like just not going to go pick up your couple of prints. But then the memories also for just like giving it away, like as gifts and otherwise, it's become, in my opinion, kind of tricky without something like a 1 hour photo to where if you want to just even create like, holidays are coming up, you have some memorable pictures and you want something, to add as a stocking stuff or something memorable that you want to frame and give somebody. Like now, based on the different types of things that can also potentially be printed. I mean, the world of possibilities and the ease and the speed. I mean, to me, it's a game changer.
It sounds like you're becoming a convert.
Oh, I see it. No, I see it. And it's fast too. That's the thing is that when you take some of these photos, you're like,
It's
oh, this
it's
one's
it's
classic. We
fast.
have to print this one out.
It's there are three things in business: convenience, speed, and price.
Hmm.
And this app addresses all three issues.
So where do you go now? So like, what are the plans going forward for 1 hour for 1 hour photo? Like you're in a lot of stores, you're getting the word out, of course, by doing interviews, things like this. Like what's next?
We have three ad agencies that are
Mm.
vying for our business. We're expanding our marketing campaigns.
Mhm.
to let people know, because again, once they know, they become lifelong customers. The
Mhm.
challenge for any business today is customer acquisition. That's the key
Mhm.
word when any business people get together. That's what they talk about, a customer acquisition.
Mhm.
So we're in the business now of acquiring customers and letting them know we built the technology, we
Mhm.
built the infrastructure, we have lots of happy customers. We want everyone who
Yeah.
has a camera in their pocket, which is everyone, should be a customer. So we're looking to expand our business
Mm.
that way. In addition, we still maintain our web-based business for those people who prefer something, who have their images on
Mhm.
their computer or their phone, through
Mhm.
mailpics.com and Wingflash and
Mhm.
RitzPix and MyPix too. We continue to maintain and expand our web-based business,
Mhm.
but the reality is the most exciting part of our business today is our 1 hour photo app.
Mhm. What I love about this story, just in general, Fred, is I mean, since you were 13, you've been obsessed with the cameras and producing film and print, and you've seen the entire evolution of the industry. I'm guessing, obviously, when you were 13 or whenever it was created, the IP on 1 hour photo, whoever had it, you weren't probably thinking one day I'm going to acquire this, and then one day I'm going to become a leader in printing photos and do it in 18,000 plus retailers. I mean, looking back at your career overall, I mean, past president, Photo Marketing Association, Kodak Processing Labs, and even now, like to this day, even with the successful business, even the way you're growing, you still remain involved in the just in the industry in general overall, and are still taking leadership positions. So I understand that you currently serve on the board of the United Nations International Photographic Council. Tell me a little bit more about that and what that entails.
Well, the United Nations International Photographic Council promotes peace through photography.
Yeah.
And we award scholarships every year to people. We put on
Mhm.
photo shows. Obviously, it's been more difficult these past
Yeah.
2 years. Photo shows. We sponsor various photo shows,
Hmm.
and we meet with industry leaders and provide acknowledgments to those other people. I was honored a few years ago by the IPC, and it's a great organization.
Amazing. And I understand that you also received their Hall of Fame award. I know you don't like to brag over here, but you're a big deal in what you've done in photography and your career overall. And I'm not just saying that, you've obviously been recognized. So that's amazing to me.
Thank you. Thank you. Coming from you, those are kind words.
Appreciate that. Well, Fred, I'll just say it really has been a pleasure having you on the show today and learning more about your background, your background in the industry, your love for photos, for what you're doing, and also the difference you're making in the marketplace, creating really win-win scenarios here. The retailers win, obviously your company wins, but also what your mission is aligned to doing, really, in helping people preserve those memories and to have that physical copy and to have those priceless, many times heirlooms, right, in their possession, and to share and to hand down for generations. I can say that always been a big deal in my family, like handing down the photo albums from generation to generation. I still look at them when I go back to my mom's house. We're recording this right now, and it's nearing Thanksgiving in 2021. But I think about that, and we always pull out the old photo albums and see it, and you can see those funny, little kid pictures and other things like that. So, what you're doing to preserve those moments for future generations, I think, is amazing. If somebody's watching this right now, Fred, and they want to learn more about 1 hour photo app, or even what's the best way for them to do that and to get started and involved?
You can go to one of two places. You can go to mailpics.com or 1hourphoto.com.
Mhm.
And I'd just like to thank you, Adam, for having me and reminding you to take lots of photos this holiday.
Love it. I'm in. Well, thank you, Fred. And to the audience, as always, thank you for tuning in. I hope you got a lot of value out of this. Hope you learned a lot. If this is your first time engaging with our platform or watching the show, we bring on mission based business owners, entrepreneurs, and executives and experts, and we have them share their stories and why they do what they do, like how they're trying to make a difference in the world, how they're giving back to the marketplace, and really just creating win-win scenarios for everyone above. And Fred and his company and his other founders are definitely doing that. So happy to have him on the show. I'll also put the in the show notes. We'll put the links and all that stuff so you can check out 1 Hour Photo App. Definitely want you to go check that out. And you heard Fred, go take a lot of pictures and print them. And so Fred, thanks again for coming on. It really has been a pleasure.
I'm taking your photo right now.
I'm
Okay.
in.
I'll send you a print in 1 hour.
I'm in. Thank you.
Okay.